Guys, today I want to talk about how to be ambitious without burning out and killing yourself. So many of us have a complicated relationship with ambition. We put our heads down and we've worked hard through school, through grad school, through our first couple jobs, following the rules and earning gold stars as we went along. And then somewhere along the way, we started to get disillusioned. Maybe it was a well deserved promotion that got denied, or maybe it was burnout that made you question why you're even doing all this, or maybe it was bad leadership that made you run in a direction that you didn't believe in, or a layoff that made it very clear the company doesn't care about you. Or maybe it was even you achieving the big milestones and then realizing you're still the same person that you were yesterday. Whatever the trigger, many of us are stepping back and asking, wait, what is all this for again? But even as we question the rat race that we're running in, we are not ready to give it up 100%. Quitting your job and watching Netflix for the rest of your life doesn't sound that appealing either. So, what the heck are you supposed to do? Let me offer you a third way. It is time to dump the traditional ambition that is burning you out and not fulfilling you. Not so you can replace it with doing nothing, but so you could replace it with aligned ambition, which fills you up with joy and purpose and gives you energy rather than depleting you. So here are the 7 principles of aligned ambition. Principle 1, choose what you want to be ambitious about. Traditional ambition gives you a very narrow set of things that you can be ambitious about. It's pretty much career, promotions, money, power, getting the corner office, having your own private jet, etc., etc. You get the idea. It's all the stuff that a white-dominated, male-dominated, shareholder value maximizing, capitalistic culture values the most. And in this way of thinking, every other pursuit is kind of seen as a second-class citizen. Aligned ambition says that you can be ambitious about anything, even the stuff that isn't traditionally associated with ambition. You can be ambitious about creating a warm community around you, or nurturing your friendships, or learning how to relax, or making your spouse smile, or writing fan fiction, or caring for your aging parents, or getting sober, or decorating your home. Whatever pursuit lights you up and has you itching to get started. There are so many things that are left out of the realm of traditional ambition. Things that are seen as soft skills or part of your personal life or not real work. But all of them are worth being ambitious about as long as you are excited about them. Principle 2, pursue things from a surplus mindset, not from a deficit mindset. Traditional ambition says you are currently below baseline. You're not wealthy enough, you're not smart enough, you're not prestigious enough, you're not powerful enough, etc., etc. And if you achieve this goal, you will be above baseline. You will go from 0 to 1. This is what I like to call a deficit mindset. You start out in a deficit or below baseline, and then you strive and you scramble and you hustle and you claw just to get to baseline, to finally flip from not good enough to good enough. Deficit mindset is exhausting. Pursuing goals from this mindset makes you feel anxious and tense and desperate the whole time that you're working towards something, even if the end goal is something that you genuinely want. And this is the cycle that deficit mindset typically puts people in. First, you make an aggressive, unsustainable plan because you have to get there ASAP. Then you burn out trying to follow the plan, not because you're lazy, but because the plan is literally just not realistic for you. Then you feel even worse about yourself for not following through. So you make another, even more aggressive and unsustainable plan, and you just end up repeating the cycle until you give up and feel even worse about yourself. This is a miserable way to pursue your goals. Aligned ambition, on the other hand, says you are already above baseline. You are smart, you are hardworking, you are wealthy, you belong, you are everything you want to be already. And achieving this goal is just a fun challenge to take on. It's a cool opportunity to express all the good things that are already within you. It is the joy of going from 100 to 110. Surplus mindset is energizing. You don't save all the good feelings just for the endpoint. You get to feel flow, accomplishment, pride, fun every step of the way. And this is the cycle that surplus mindset typically puts people in. First, you make a doable plan that you're excited to complete. Then you knock that plan out of the park. You feel even better about yourself because you followed through. And so you make another fun, doable plan and you repeat this cycle again and again. And any obstacles or problems that come up are just interesting challenges to be solved. This is a way of pursuing goals that makes the journey so fun that you don't even care when you reach the destination. Principle 3, find the middle states. No all or nothing thinking. Traditional ambition says no days off. Leave it all on the field. Rise and grind. If you're not working till 2 a.m. every day, do you even care? And if you're not putting your career on 100, you have to put it on 0. If you're burning out, quit your job and go on a 3-month-long silent meditation retreat. Aligned ambition says find the middle states. There are so many places you can go between 0 and 100. Gunning for the corner office or quiet quitting aren't your only 2 options. There's so many shades of gray in between. So explore the middle ground and find the exact mix that works for you. Principle 4, build a multifaceted identity. Traditional ambition pushes you to put all your eggs in one basket in terms of your identity. This is an extension, by the way, of that all or nothing thinking. And that basket that you put all your identity eggs in, it's your career. Whatever you do professionally is your primary identity. And if anything threatens or even just changes your job or your career path, it's time for an identity crisis. Aligned ambition says, build a multifaceted identity that extends across multiple areas of your life. You are not just your job. You are also just as robustly a friend, a sibling, a partner, a parent, a son or a daughter, a community member, and a friendly stranger on the subway. Work you isn't the real you. All of those things are the real you. And when you have multiple touch points for knowing who you are as a person, it's easier to weather storms in any one area of your life because your whole sense of self doesn't go down with the ship. Principle 5, call BS on broken systems. Traditional ambition is all about heroic individualism. We all face challenges, it says. So it's up to you to figure it out and make it happen, no matter what. No excuses. And if you can't make it happen, that's on you. If you had just been smarter, more hardworking, prettier, more likable, more organized, more productive, more savvy, etc., you wouldn't be facing this problem right now. So do better. Aligned ambition steps back and calls bullshit on broken systems. It says, hey, this systemic bias, these double standards, this lack of support for parents, these multiple once-in-a-lifetime financial crises and economic instability, this is bullshit. Pressuring yourself to heroically counteract a broken system and blaming yourself when you fail is like pressuring yourself to stop the rain and blaming yourself when you fail. You are not in charge of the rain. There are things here that are genuinely out of your control, that are genuinely limiting you, and that you do not have to blame yourself for. Instead, you can call out broken systems for what they are, work around them, still focus on what's in your control, and do your best to change things without blaming yourself for bullshit that's out of your control. Principle 6, grow like a tree, not like a staircase. Traditional ambition sees linear growth as the norm. You set a goal, you make a plan, you progress neatly step by step in a linear, consistent fashion, and you're always growing and progressing. And everything is very neat and orderly in how it proceeds. Aligned ambition sees organic growth as the norm. You can set a goal if you want, but you don't know exactly how things are going to progress. The tree is going to grow, you know that much. But what direction is it going to grow in? Straight up, to the right, to the left? You don't know. You have to let the organic process unfold and see what happens. And that organic process, it's not neat, it's not linear, it's not consistent. Progress looks different every day because the environment looks different every day. The tree grows faster when there's plenty of sunshine and water, and more slowly when it's cloudy or it's dry. That is normal. And there is not constant, unending growth. In the natural world, constant, unending growth is called cancer, and it kills you. There are periods of flourishing, followed by periods of death, decay, and regression. Death, decay, and regression are not a problem. They are an essential part of the process. Things need to die, they need to rot, they need to go backwards and lie fallow for some period of time. And that death and that decay is exactly what fertilizes the next period of growth. So embrace it. Nothing is going wrong here. Finally, principle 7, build in strategic underperformance. Traditional ambition assumes that there are infinite resources. And because it assumes there are infinite resources, it tells you to get an A+ in all the areas of your life, no matter what. Work, parenting, marriage, health, family, hobbies, spirituality, get an A+ in all of it. And if you don't, go ahead and feel terrible about yourself, because clearly you were the lazy one who let one of the balls drop. Aligned ambition accounts for finite resources. It knows that it's not possible to get an A+ in all those areas. There literally aren't enough hours in the day or enough energy in your system to make that happen. So aligned ambition says, be just as clear about your unpriorities as you are about your priorities. Deliberately set the standard of unsuccess that you want to see in your unpriority areas. Plan to get B's and C's and D's in your unpriority areas, and be proud of yourself when you do, because the true sign of effective prioritization is consistent underperformance in non-prioritized areas. At the end of the day, traditional ambition is extractive, and aligned ambition is regenerative. And I don't have to tell you that being extractive rather than regenerative has created a lot of problems for us as a species. I don't want you to live a depleting life that burns you out and saps your energy. I don't even want you to live a sustainable life that's just energy neutral. I want you to live a regenerative life, one that creates more energy than it consumes and leaves you and the world better than what you found it. So you can use these 7 principles to build up your aligned ambitions. And you can use them as a diagnostic tool to stay aligned on an ongoing basis. When you start feeling like things are depleting or energy neutral, come back here and figure out which one of these 7 principles has gotten out of whack. Because staying aligned requires constant management. It is not set it and forget it. It's a daily rebalancing act as you change, as the world changes, and as the forces of tradition and default thinking tug at you. We swim in the waters and breathe in the air of extractive ambition. You are going to be pulled back in that direction. It's a current that you have to consciously swim against. So if you want to do an ambition audit, where we break down where things currently are in your life against these 7 principles, and we figure out what changes you want to make, you can schedule a free public coaching call with me. See the link above to book one of those calls. And if you want to do that ambition audit and ensure that you actually follow through on your plan, because you will run into obstacles along the way. There is no way to avoid it. But having a coach ensures that you problem solve through every single obstacle as effectively and efficiently as possible, and figure out how to live the life you actually want, no matter what life throws your way. That is what I want for you more than anything. And if you think I can be of any help along your journey, come talk to me and let's see what we can do together. Go to the link above and book a free coaching consult.